Let's see the best horror games coming out in 2025 and 2026, survival horror games, psychological horror, and much more. Hope you like it. Thumbs up the video, and let's go. Little Nightmares 3 is the third adventure, or nightmare, of the series. The game is now being developed by another studio, Supermassive Games, the studio of Until Dawn, The Quarry, and some more games. Little Nightmares 3 is coming out in 2025, but with no official date yet, but will be available on Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 4 and 5, Switch, and Windows. The adventure now will be set in a co-op experience. But no, you don't need anyone else to play with you. In the case you're going to play alone, an AI is going to help you in the adventure. But surely with a real person will be more fun. Cronos the New Dawn is third-person survival horror by the studio that brought us the amazing Silent Hill 2 remake. The studio is Bloober Team. I didn't trust the studio to do the remake of Silent Hill 2 back then, but they showed us that they know how to impress us, so I'm curious to see more about this game. It'll be released in some moment of 2025 to Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 5, and Windows. The game throws you into the heart of a deadly struggle against overwhelming foes, all while uncovering the mysteries of a twisted time travel story, with impressive visuals and an impressive immersion. The Sinking City 2 is the sequel of a game with the same name, released in 2019, a game that seemed insane, but ended up having some problems. But now the studio seems to have learned from these mistakes, and promises to do a greater game in all aspects. The studio is Frogwares, and the game is being developed to Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 5, and Windows. We still don't know exactly when the game is coming out, but I believe we're still going to play it in 2025. The Sinking City 2 is a terrifying Lovecraftian journey, powered by Unreal Engine 5. Experience a heart-pounding survival horror in an insane story.
nothing lasts forever.
Reanimal is a game set in the same style of Little Nightmares, a game with exploration, platformer features, and a lot of puzzles. The game is being developed by the same creators of Little Nightmares, the studio Tarsia Studios, and is coming out in some moment of 2025 to Xbox Series X and Series S, PlayStation 5, and Windows. As you can see, it's a horror game set in a really scary universe, with different types of creatures and more. In the game, you must survive and solve the mysteries of each level to get the access to the next one, all in a very immersive universe.
The hungry purple dinosaur ate the kind zingy fox, the jabbering crab, and the mad whale, and started vending and quacking.
The hungry purple dinosaur ate the kind zingy fox, the jabbering crab.
ODE is a new horror game developed by Kojima in a production with Xbox Studios. The game so far is confirmed to Xbox Series XS and Windows, but a PlayStation 5 version could be confirmed in the future. What the game is going to be about is a mystery, as the only thing we've seen so far is this trailer that's realistic in details, but don't tell us much about the game. But as we know that it's a Kojima's game, I'm sure it'll be unique and really interesting, but when it's coming out we don't have a clue.
Joy of it, the freedom of it, to just take your life in your hands and soar. I think that's in us all, isn't it? At least that's what my dad taught me.
Directive 8020 is one more game in the style of Until Dawn, developed by the studio Supermassive Games, and is coming out on October 2nd, 2025 to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS, and Windows, but a Nintendo Switch 2 version is possible. Earth is dying and humanity is running out of time. 12 light years from home, Tau Ceti F offers a small sliver of hope. When the colony ship Cassiopeia crash lands on the planet, its crew soon realize they are far from being alone. In space, death takes many forms. So if you like this style of games, this one can be interesting. To be honest, these horror games, just Until Dawn I really liked, but let's hope this one is good.
Voices. Screams drawing me in. Better use the pendulum. You're born, you grow up, you die, and... Is that all? No. It's a constant struggle between good and evil, light and dark, living and dead.
The Occultist is a new psychological horror game coming out in some moment of 2025. The release date is not confirmed yet, but it's planned to be released this year. The game is being developed by the studio AILA and is confirmed to Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 5, and Windows. In The Occultist, paranormal investigator Alan Rebels travels to the mysterious island of Godstone to determine the cause of the sudden disappearance of his father. Even though he mentioned the island repeatedly over the decades, all that Alan really knows is that his father was born and spent his early years there.
Our limitations as human beings prevent us from really seeing what is there. But when suggestive becomes evident,
I own an island off the coast of Costa Rica. Really spectacular, spared no expense. For this place, I wanted to show them something that wasn't an illusion. Something that was real.
Can anyone hear me?
Jurassic Park Survival is a first-person action-adventure game set in the universe of the original 90s movies. The studio developing the game is Saber Interactive, and it's coming out to Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 5, and Windows, but there's no release date yet, but I'd say 2026. Return to Isla Nublar, the day after the events of the beloved Jurassic Park film, and survive thrilling first-person action as InGen scientist Dr. Maya Joshi in this single-player action-adventure game. Through thrilling encounters, experience the wonder and danger of dinosaurs, each with their own distinct and adaptive behaviors brought to life by John Hammond's vision. AILA is an interesting upcoming first-person survival horror set in a futuristic world. The game is being developed by the studio Pulsatrix Studios and is coming out to Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 5, and Windows, but there's no release date yet, but it shall be released in 2025 or 2026. A first-person horror game set in a near future filled with immersive technology. Play as the sole game tester for a revolutionary new fictional AI. Survive intense horror experiences that prey on your deepest fears as the lines between virtual and reality begin to blur. The art of the game looks really good, so I want to see the final version.
君、嘘ついてるよね。騙せてると思う？ひな子を。死んだんだよ。お友達といつまでも一緒にいたい？お友達は永遠じゃないのよ。彼らだっていつか必ずあなたを裏切ろうに。ひな 뭐라고?
Silent Hill F is the new game of this classic survival horror series. And for the first time, the game will be set in Japan and not in the original Silent Hill. What's strange, but I believe that there will be a connection in the story. The studio developing the game is Neobards Entertainment, and it's confirmed to Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 5, and Windows, but there's no release date yet. But I think it shall be announced still in 2025. In 1960s Japan, Shimizu Hinako's secluded town of Ebisagaka is consumed by a sudden fog, transforming her home into a haunting nightmare, driving her to fight grotesque monsters and solve eerie puzzles.
Hey, this is Andy Shepkowski calling on a recorded line. I can't tell you everything over the phone, but you need to come down here tonight, please. 6 p.m.
Compound Fracture is a dinosaur first-person shooter game that resembles classic games like Turok, and also reminded me of Dino Crisis. That was really fun too. The game is being developed by the studio Eteria Games, and it's confirmed only to Windows, at least in the start, but there's no official release date yet. In the forests of an untouched planet, there's a lone installation. Dimly lit bunkers and offices lay empty, while distant cliffside structures cast shadows on the waves below. Heavy footsteps echo through abandoned hallways, all with a retro visual style that looks really fun.
I'm sorry, Enforcer. I didn't know who else to call.
Tormented Souls 2 is a new survival horror in retro style, inspired in games like Resident Evil and Silent Hill, mixing a gameplay like these 90s games with puzzles, combat, and an immersive story. The game is being developed by the studio Dual Effect and is planned to be released still in 2025, but with no official release date yet, and it's confirmed to Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 5, and Windows. After the events of Wildberger Hospital, Caroline yearns for a normal life with her younger sister, Anna. However, fate has other plans. An anticipated sequel by those who played the original game that's really fun for the fans of retro survival horror games.
Listen to me, burnt one. If you're intending to walk the midnight walk, you better be sure to keep your spark safe and burning.
While I was in the black, I had a dream. There was a monster in the woods.
And on you go, like a moth into the burning light.
Midnight Walk is a new game that mixes horror and adventure and is a totally original game, all animated in stop motion, and looks really interesting. The studio developing it is Moonhood, and it's coming out to PlayStation 5, PlayStation VR 2, and Windows, and is confirmed to May 8, 2025. Become the Burnt One, befriend a lost lantern creature named Potboy, and use his flame to light your way through a conflicting world of wonder and horror. Survive and outsmart the many monsters eager to devour your little friend's flame as you experience 5 tales of fire and darkness, featuring an incredible cast of odd characters.
Use your eyes to make things clear.
Killing Floor 3 is the next game of this beloved horror FPS series. The game is being developed by the studio Tripwire Interactive, and it's coming out to Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 5, and Windows, and the game was supposed to be released in March of 2025, but it was postponed, and now there's no release date yet, maybe still in 2025. The series is known for being extremely fun to play with friends. Yes, it's a sort of co-op game with a lot of personality. The graphics looks really good, looks immersive and fluid, and promises to be a great experience with a lot of content, such as missions, weapons, enemies, and much more.
So let me explain the situation. One of our contractors, Edwin Murray, has gone missing, leaving our property abandoned in his warehouse. Your job is simple. Enter the warehouse and retrieve the technology that he was developing for us. It's a kind of prototype endoskeleton that can adapt to any costume and become any character. We suspect it may be malfunctioning, so just be aware of the
Five Nights at Freddy's Secret of the Mimic is the new game of this huge horror series. It's being developed by the studio Steelwool Studios, and so far it's only confirmed to PlayStation 5 and Windows. Other platforms may be confirmed in the future, and there's an official release date already. That's June 13th, 2025. Enter the abandoned workshop of Murray's costume manor and unravel the mystery left behind by the reclusive inventor. In the game, you'll step into a world where every dark corner holds a secret, and every flicker of light hints at an ever-present threat.
Fazbear Entertainment is not responsible for damage to property or person. Thank you for being a valued member of the Fazbear team.
The tracks lead this way.
On me. Bloody hell.
Dying Light the Beast is a new action-adventure with horror game. If you know the series, you know what to expect, but it's a game set in a first-person style. You're in a place that's been struck by a zombie infestation. You must survive and fight them with all you've got, all types of weapons, vehicles, and more. The gameplay is really nice, with a fast movement style and insane parkour skills. The game is being developed by the studio Techland, and it's coming out in some moment in 2025 to PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One and Series XS, and Windows, and is a game that the fans of the first game should keep an eye out for.
Contact!
If you push too much, you might unleash the beast.
Your time is running out.
This place is a womb where we grow our future.
Your weapons fail. Your ammunition runs low.
And you've yet to see our most beautiful creation. All you have is your hatred and your individuality.
System Shock 2 25th Anniversary Remaster is obviously the remaster of a classic first-person sci-fi game released in 1999. The original game is a genre-defining experience that established innovative gameplay mechanics that are a staple of the FPS and RPG genre today. Survive the wretched corridors of the Von Braun. Your training has prepared you for this. The studios developing the remaster are Night Dive Studios, Looking Glass Studios, and Irrational Games, and it's coming out in June 25th, 2025 to Xbox One, Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 4 and 5, Nintendo Switch, and Windows. So if you missed the classic game, the remaster should be really fun.
Good evening, Noah. Having trouble sleeping again? Your cortisol levels are elevated. Something's interfering, detecting temporal anomaly. Processing environmental data. Memory patterns.
Cthulhu the Cosmic Abyss is a story-driven, first-person game of Cthulhu. It's being developed by the studio Big Bad Wolf, and it's aimed to be released in 2026 to Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 5, and Windows. A mining station in the Pacific Abyss is no longer responding. As an investigator of the occult, unravel the mysteries of the deep. Test your wits and sanity in this thriller inspired by the Master of Providence. A game that promises to bring us an atmospheric and immersive world, with a deep story developing mysterious events, all that with beautiful and realistic graphics.
Focus on my voice. Vital signs critical. Stay with me, Noah. Noah, the knowledge, it's beautiful.
Tempus Triad is an indie horror game where the enemies are dinosaurs. It's a single-player game that aims to be fun, with fun mechanics and scary moments, so don't expect the quality of AAA games here. The game is being developed by Minda Z, and of course it's only coming out to PC, and there's a free demo available on Steam now. That's interesting, and let us have an idea of what the game really is, and the final version is planned to be coming out still in 2025. In Tempus Triad, dive into an ancient first-person horror scenario where a scientist is thrust into an era where huge predators dominate the land. Deathground is a co-op game with dinosaurs, mixing horror, mystery, and stealth, and shall be an interesting game for the fans of co-op games. But in case you prefer, you can play it totally alone as well. It's being developed by the studio Jaw Drop Games, and is only confirmed to Windows, and the early access is aimed to be released still in 2025, but with no official date yet. With team-based objectives, suspenseful gameplay, and constant mortal danger, teamwork and cooperation are essential to survival. Or leave your teammates behind in favor of a solo session. The atmosphere is deeper, and the horror intensifies as you attempt to survive alone. Routine is a first-person sci-fi horror set on an abandoned lunar base designed around an 80s vision of the future. The game is being developed by the studio Lunar Software and is confirmed to Xbox Series XS and Windows. A PlayStation 5 version is not confirmed yet, and there's no release date announced, but I think it's still going to take some time. Searching for answers puts you face to face with an enemy who is certain the main threat is you. Discoveries lead to deeper unknowns, and the only way to go is forward.
I hope this will be our last journey and bring us richness and freedom. But what's the value of human freedom if it's to face hell?
The Mound Omen of Cthulhu is a new co-op first-person shooter set in the stories of Cthulhu. It's developed by the Studio Ace team and is aimed to be released still in 2025 to Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 5, and Windows. In up to 4-player co-op, form a group of explorers searching for treasure. In this cursed jungle, danger is everywhere and monstrous creatures alter reality. Stay clear-headed and tame the jungle before it devours you. A game that mixes horror, cooperation, and mysteries, and shall be really fun to play with friends.
It's here. Whoa, what is this thing? Oh, no. It scared me. I'm sure they're about to attack. Yeah, sure. Oh, my God.
What the hell? Yeah, crazy.
I'm coming to help. I need backup, too. Guys, I'm lost. Where are you? Oh, not again. I can't hear it. Why did you do that? Sorry. Oh, no.
The Lost Wild is a new dinosaur game with exploration, combat, and horror. The studio developing the game is Great Ape Games, and there's no release date yet, but it's only confirmed to Windows for now. Maybe in the future there will be a version to the consoles. You are stranded in a violent primal world. Your survival depends on mastering its rhythms and anticipating its dangers. A mysterious voice on the radio seems to offer a glimmer of hope. With their help, make your way through the facilities and piece together the story of how this came to be. And those are the games. Hope you liked it. Leave your comments and subscribe to the channel. Videos every day. Thanks and so long.